Vegas Strip and all the action here. This is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And off we go from Las Vegas. I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. To throw right away is Vick. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
We have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Off the play fake, Vick. Connects with Kittle underneath. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And the Raiders pick it up. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Geno. His throw incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll send Moss in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Smith on the move to his left. Yeah, that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Wait a second. That's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a 1st down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. Here's Michael Vick. Now this one finds McConkey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. On play action, Vick steps away. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Derrick Henry taking it in from the 20. And the Lions are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point by Elam, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
They snap it to Smith. He'll buy some time right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Geno now to throw. That is incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Here's Smith. Eluding the pressure right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback who's going to his left. A little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing again is Smith. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here comes Devin Hester bringing it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. Inside handoff, Henry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now Perry. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Vick now. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Smith. And his throw here's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Geno. A check down here to Jones. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. This is Perry. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Back to throw, Smith. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Aubrey now for the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way. Oh, and now Vick throwing another interception. Ron Woodson with a pick.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
A nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now it's Smith. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
At the Lions' 27-yard line.
The final shot here before break. Smith. And this one is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Jason Elam set to kick off.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Smith. To the right side and intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 2.
They run with Perry.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. Henry up the middle. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll send Moss in motion right. Following the fumble recovery, Smith.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's to the 20.
They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. So here's Vick following the interception. They'll roll him out right. And in for the Lions touchdown. Derrick Henry. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Elam, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Flush to his right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Play action. It's Smith. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up. Out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They are going for it. It's Smith.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Throwing, Vick. The tight end, Kittle, has it on the left side. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up 1st downs.
To throw, Vick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Derrick Henry. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front.
Extra point by Elam, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Lions are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Rolling to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Vick with the incompletion on 1st down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. Spins by, and this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Connects with Kittle underneath. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 49 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. 2nd down, ball on the 3. 1st down marker at the 1-yard line. Perry. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Lions will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Elam, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Raiders 17. Jason Elam set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it...
There he goes, left side. Down the left sideline, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Calvin Johnson, 70 yards.
And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
They'll start with the option.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
At the 42-yard line.
A give to Henry. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll run again.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
A lot depending on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. Despite the late lead, Vic's going to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll give Henry another shot. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more.
Jason Elam set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Smith.
Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
53.
Smith to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Smith's going to throw it.
Rolling to his left.
That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26.
Smith.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Off of play action, here's Smith out to his left.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He'll buy some time right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Here it is, 4th and inches.
One last throw here for Smith. Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Lions come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is